meditate on this. The subconscious mind is like a black hole. It's a vacuum. It pulls in everything that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious mind exist on the human body, in the human body. Some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind, so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. The things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind. Now that we know we have to program the subconscious mind, do that consciously, the next question becomes, with what? I believe we need to start with music. Music is very natural. Everybody loves music. They're even treating dementia with music, because music can take you to the past, bring you to memories, the vibe. Everything is just seems to come into focus clearly. It's easily visualized when you put music and have a soundtrack to your life. And so what type of music do we listen to? You know, it's part of our daily ritual. It's part of our daily dealings and programming the subconscious mind. The type of music we listen to is very important. And think about quality of thought. Is your music going to nurture the idea of quality of thought? Or is it ratchet? Is it supremely ghetto? Is it trash? Or is it breathing life into you? Right? It's the difference between listening to, something that's promoting death as to something that's promoting life. Looking at some of the neurological effects that happen when you listen to certain types of music, nourishing the brain with that type of music. The TV shows you watch, the movies you watch. What type of shows do you watch, and how are you inspired by them? What are the images that are being implanted in your subconscious mind from the movies and TV and the media that you watch, from the things you watch on YouTube, etc., etc. If you look at one of those controversial stories about TikTok, I said that Chinese people, or the Chinese Communist Party, whatever, has a different algorithm than the one for the Western nations. The one in the Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks and all types of silly stuff. And China's algorithm is showing kids completing puzzles and doing math. These are the things they're promoting because they understand the programming of the subconscious mind is very important for the future of your people and where they're going. So with that same concept in mind, what type of media are you always being influenced by? What type of media do you constantly force yourself to be influenced by? What if we saw images of love all the time instead of images of destruction, war, etc., etc.?
What type of media is Hotep Jesus influenced by?
I like the old stuff. I like the classics. Mostly written work, literature. That's the type of stuff I listen to. I listen to a lot of lectures. One of my favorite lecturers is John Henry Clark, Dr. Kaba Kamene. Those are like two of my faves. I like listening to scholarly work, scholarly teachers. I go to bed to to chess videos, but I also need some gangster in my life. You know, I'm not perfect, but I need some, you know, I need some cartel gang member, you know, type programming. This is, you know, that's the stuff I happen to like. You know, I like violent movies. I like heists. I like heist movies, like The Italian Job and Ocean's 11 and, you know, those types of things. I like military movies. Like, I thought the new Top Gun was amazing. But I also try to be conscious of what I'm seeing, and so, you know, what's clear is we're gonna come across some content that is not going to nurture quality or high quality of thought. So what we have to do is we have to wrap this stuff with labels. So what you can do is when an image appears before your subconscious mind, what we can do is we can frame it. So when it gets embedded and it gets stored within your mental hard drive, it's filed.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by Hotep Jesus are those of Hotep Jesus's and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Hotep Nation or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact our Office of General Counsel via the sheet of account. And Hotep and them.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus? Ooh, and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the Grift Report. Monday, we made it. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We're live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Hey, Hotep to all my Hotepistanis in the chat, all my Hoteps.
Hotep.
We got a special guest with us here today. We have Dani. Dani Katz is here with us. Dani, what's up, love?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me, Brian.
Absolutely. We've been trying to put this conversation together for several months now. Glad to have it with you. I want to dive right into the details. I want to get right into the nitty gritty. You specialize in teaching what age demographic to spot
14.
propaganda?
14 and up.
14 and up, right? So these are teenagers, these are young men, young women. Wonderful. So we want to start off basic, right? Let's go very basic. So everybody else is clear because everybody has a different definition of this term across the board. How exactly would you define propaganda?
I define propaganda as persuasion, but for a hidden agenda.
Okay.
Like regular advertising, we know they're persuading us to buy their stuff. Propaganda it's the secret agendas behind the scenes. They're not on the up and up with it.
Do you think there could be positive kinds of propaganda?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm very much in favor of positive propaganda, especially as we begin to build the walls of Hotepistan. All my meat eaters, I had a discussion this weekend with our organic biochemist, and he stated a strong case for including meat into the human diet. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later. So all my meat eaters, pause. I like that. Okay, so that's your definition of propaganda. I would agree with that. I don't think there's anything I would change about that or add to that. So it's sort of like elusive, right? It's in the background, it's in the shadows, it's hiding. What do you think right now, out of everything we've seen in the world right now, are some of the most deleterious propaganda artists, production houses, or propaganda agendas as a whole that sort of alerted you to this topic?
Ooh, such a good question. I've been alerted to this topic for a while as a journalist, right? And just seeing them install CIA in newsrooms back after 9/11. I think the most dangerous and deleterious propaganda right now is our entire quote unquote journalism industry, which is straight up propaganda across the board. Netflix, of course. I mean, for
Netflix.
me, 100%, because it was 2013 that President Obama signed the Smith Modernization Act, which made it legal for the US government to propagandize its own people. And right around that same time, Netflix handed he and his wife $10 million to make content while also installing Susan Rice onto the board of Netflix. So it seems pretty clear that Netflix is a propaganda agency.
Wait a second. Netflix is a government op? Is that what you're telling me?
It sure seems to be. Seems to be.
Oh my Lord. Okay, keep going. I mean, I'm sorry. That's a shocker.
Do you watch Netflix?
I do. What was I watching on Netflix the last time? You know what? I watched all the Narcos. I watched all the ones in South America with Pablo and all of that. I watched all the gangster stuff. I think the last thing I watched was somebody told me watch The Killer, so I watched The Killer. I watched Netflix ruin Black Mirror though. Like Black Mirror was great when it was coming from the original writers, and then once the original writers sold that first season, it was like they couldn't produce any more Black Mirror content. It just became like it wasn't even Outer Limits level. It wasn't, you know. But damn, Netflix. Okay, so what's Netflix's agenda? What are they trying to push?
Notice the 3 shows you just mentioned. You watched Narco, you watched some mafia thing and some killers thing. So all 3 are demoralizing the viewer because they're all about crime and murder, right? So, and look, I'm putting the pieces together as a lot of us do when we see the pattern. But why would Obama make it legal for the government to propagandize its own people? Like if we're following, you know, the central precept of investigative journalism is cui bono, follow the money, who benefits. So who benefits from that? And what the coincidence of now he went from being the president to now being an entertainment producer? That's so weird.
Well, I gotta say, it is in the best interest of a government to have that ability. In the best interest of the government should have propaganda rights. Absolutely, I would definitely condone it. It is up to the people to make sure that the propaganda, like you said before, is positive, right? Now, it'd be different if the propaganda was positive. What they're doing, they're spinning, you know, death as if it's life, and that's a huge problem, right? So I guess, you know, people could lobby and say, hey, look, we need to restrict the government, right? Should the government have the ability to propagandize and make that a thing? I think it would have to be very specific to the government's inability to lead a nation. And that would be very interesting to see those conversations on the books in a congressional hearing.
I mean, I feel like if our government was devoted to the greatest good of the most people, that would be a different conversation. If they wanted to uplift us, to encourage us, to guide us towards greater health, greater cooperation, greater unity. But you and I know that their agenda is quite the opposite. And you can see a distinct difference in entertainment programming post 2013. Same with quote unquote journalism, which didn't editorialize quite as overtly before 2013 the way they do now. So when the people in charge want their people dead or enslaved, then giving them the right to propagandize us is not going to be in our best interests. But I think, going back to your original question, I think what's passing as journalism today is the most deleterious for our culture, because people believe what they're hearing on the news, and they believe these slants and these angles and this spin that creates more and more illusions of divide between us, so that we're too busy fighting amongst one another.
What arena, what genre, what niche would you say seemed to alert you the most? Was it, the race issue? Was it migrants? Was it health? What genre of society would you say, is the most concerning for you?
I think identity and ideological differences. So I first clued into it after Me Too, and just seeing like the language coming out of that movement being so divisive and hateful and punitive, and dehumanizing of half the population who had Y chromosomes. When I clue into that divisive language and this notion that we need there to be losers for there to be winners, I'm on alert, because none of that is true. I see it in the race baiting, of course. I see it in the Trump trashing. I see it in the, the Democrat versus Republican conversation, where it seems as though it's now impossible for us to discuss issues just as issues without demonizing half of the country at the same time. But I think they really got the foothold through identity.
Who are they demonizing?
Well, you have the left demonizing the right. You have the right demonizing the left. I was talking to someone yesterday who was saying how it was insane, these Republicans who are anti-LGBTQ trying to ban books. And I was like, but that's not what's happening. Like, that's the spin that your media is putting on it.
What do you think is happening? What do you think is actually happening?
I think what's actually happening is parents are concerned that children are being groomed into sexuality and identity before they're mature enough to have these conversations. And I think it's being spun into an anti-LGBTQ thing that it actually isn't.
Hit the nail. Talk about hit the nail on the noggin. Oh man, hit the nail on the noggin. Yeah. Damn. That's it. That's it right there, right?
That's it. But with that kind of framing, we can't have those conversations, because this fiction of hate and anti has been inserted into the conversation that removes sanity, where it's like, is it appropriate for 10-year-olds to be talking about anal penetration with sex toys in our schools? That's the real issue, but that's being glossed over because of the spin and the propaganda being laid on top of it.
Where do you think are some of the distribution channels of this propaganda that are, especially with the demographic you're dealing with, like 14 and up? What channels? Is it Snapchat? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? Is it, what is it?
It's all of them. I mean, they have a lockstep stronghold on the whole thing. We know that it's 6 corporations that own the entire mainstream media. This last week in my pop propaganda class, we were going over the fact checker scam. So you look at who are the biggest donors to Wikipedia, to Poynter Institute, which is PolitiFact, to Lead Stories. It's NBC, it's Newsweek, it's Meta, it's Google, it's YouTube. So how can this be a fair arbiter of truth from fiction when the people funding them have a vested interest in them lying on their behalf? Like, the whole monster is a giant scam. It's coming through everywhere. It's coming through Common Core curriculum. It's coming through activism. It's coming through our billboards. It's everywhere. Like
you sound like a conspiracy theorist.
I call myself a good journalist. They try to marginalize me as a conspiracy theorist because I do my homework.
That's what they say. That's what they're going to say. And say, that Dani girl, she's a conspiracy. You hear her? She said Google has an agenda.
I know, I get that all the time. I mean, I lean back on like, hey, I am a journalist. That is my profession. But these days we're demonized for doing our own research. And as you know, like not parroting the dominant propaganda.
So what can people expect? Because you have a course, right? You have a course that you outlined for 14 and up. What exactly can people expect when they sign their child up for this course?
So the course is an 11-week digital course that's launching in January, and it breaks down the primary tools, tricks, and techniques the social engineers use to attempt to manipulate us. So I'm including...
So give me some of those. Give me a little taste. Give me a little appetizer, a little treat.
A taste would be divide and rule. A taste would be, a high-level overview of the media monopoly so that teens start to understand the moneyed interests in hiding the truth from us. Emotional appeal, ad hominem, false dichotomies, the victim consciousness, right? And how, this has become a sport, fighting over who's the biggest victim. And at the same time, I teach my students how to stand firm in their own authenticity and build confidence there, because it's only when we have shaky self-esteem that we're swayed by groupthink, right? So it's also at the same time, not just teaching the teens the tools, but teaching them how to be strong and sovereign and to, delve into their own inner authority and their own inner agency, so they're not going to be swayed by the groupthink tricks.
That's fire. That's fire. So you have a book out right now, right? It's called Pop Propaganda.
Yeah, I wrote Pop Propaganda a couple years ago as the textbook to accompany the course. I did just come out with a new book last month called The Language of Betterarchy. But Pop Propaganda features 37 tools and tricks that the propagandists use to attempt to manipulate us. And the thing is, it's like magic. Once we know the trick, it doesn't work on us, right? We can see through it and safeguard our sacred attention and our emotional stability, right? And not get pulled along by the next thing, the next sham, the next false flag, the next war, the next, distraction of the week, the minute, the moment, and move through the world deciding where do I want to put my sacred attention and what is important to me, instead of just getting caught up in these news cycles.
Staying centered on yourself. Absolutely. That's super Hotep. That is super Hotep. Okay. Now, I cut you off before when you were talking about your course. Finish what you were saying. My bad.
Oh, no problem. So it's just, I break down where propaganda came from, how it's worked historically, and then I use the Socratic method. So I just kind of I lean into World War II, and I'm like, here's how the Third Reich used propaganda to do what they did. Do you see any similarities between what's happening today? And kind of just guiding the students to make those connections themselves.
Okay. What is it? Operation Paperclip?
Yeah.
I think it's Operation Paperclip, right? Right, chat? Is the one I'm thinking about? Let me think.
That's the Nazi one that gave us NASA.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, all the German scientists, engineers, and technicians came to America.
Yeah.
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 Right.
And I also teach the students how the matrix is set up to prey upon shaky self-esteem. It needs us to be dependent upon group approval. It needs us chasing the fixes for their every manufactured problem, right? All of their dangling carrots so that they can run. And this is why the course is for teens 14 and up, because I want to safeguard the innocence of children 13 and below and let them think that, it's a good, just, fair world that has their backs until age 14, where, in my experience,
it's time to tell
they're
them.
ready.
Yeah. Hey, listen, bro. Hey, sit down. I got something to tell you, man. Listen, man. It's cold, dark people. It's Illuminati out there. They're trying to kill you.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's wait until 14 to clue them in on that piece.
Okay. I like that approach. That's very interesting. That's thoughtful too. So we have a partnership we are announcing today, where Hotep Nation, we support all homeschooling workshops, methods, initiatives, etc., etc. So we are officially partnering with Dani Katz. Go to danikatz.com. Get your kids signed up. We got a promo code. What's the promo code?
Hotep gets you $50 off registration.
Boom. There you go. You know what I'm saying? My kids read your book. They have already read your book. They said it was absolutely excellent.
Awesome.
I quizzed them on it, and they retain information very well. So I appreciate that.
Cool.
But I love this. I personally I love this concept. I think sometimes we spend too much time on math and science and English, and it's just like, well, have you taken time to think? Like just remove some of these things from your mind and really assess like what's going on in this world, right? And I love that your course has a space for that. That's very genius.
Thank you. I mean, that's really the key, and that's what I always tell my students is this course is to teach you how to think, not to think what I think. So I'm always honoring their autonomy, their perspectives. And it was after, I'd spent my whole adult career trying to stave off what we're going through now. I clued into it back in 2000. And when they installed Biden in the Oval Office, I realized, okay, it's too late. Like the adults have chosen their path, but let's safeguard the kids so that this doesn't ever happen again. And, honing in on this whole thing wouldn't happen if we were clued into propaganda. So that was my inspiration for creating the course.
No, I love that. I absolutely love that. Dani Katz, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can we get some flowers in the chat? Can we get some flowers in the chat for the new partnership? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dawn for hooking it up. You know. Dani, like I said, the link in the description box below is danikatz.com, DANIKATZ. Link in the description box below. $50 off with coupon code HOTEP. Anything else that we need to know before we leave here today?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that for us to know is that there are more of us than them. And if they had a strong foothold, they wouldn't need to lie. They wouldn't need to coerce. They wouldn't need to censor. So it's for us to recognize how much power we have and to exercise that power. We don't have to consent to their nonsense. We also don't have to fight their nonsense. We just stand in our authenticity, our freedom, in what is just and true, and move forward emboldened by that authority that we all have.
Agree. Hotep and Bill, you know what I mean? Dani, appreciate you. All you got to do is just like hit the leave button and then everything on my end will be fixed. I appreciate you for your time today, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Big love to Hotep Nation.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
That's big right there. Hold on. Let me fix me up. That's big right there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We just support people that do the work. We support people that do the work. Andre said, can adults take this course? Absolutely. I think there's a few adults in the class already. She got classes going already. And I think there's a few adults in there. I know I'm gonna take the course. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the DVD. She got the DVDs coming. Not literally, you know what I mean, but she got the DVDs coming where she gonna have the course. You could just buy the course. So I'm definitely gonna, attend one of those immediately. You know what I mean? Get my download on. So dang, she hit me with the Netflix shit. That was crazy. She was like, Netflix? She came straight out the gate, Netflix? Yo, you could tell that Netflix got the agenda. It just be, they get you a good show, and then the next week everybody gay. Next season everybody gay. You like, yo, what happened to the show, man? What happened to the plot? What happened to the storyline? Oh my God. They ruin everything. Kanan back though. That's on Stars though. But that's more of the same propaganda she was talking about, that gangster shit. You know? That gangster shit. Cassius Can, he done dropped his what's name code in the chat. His affiliate link in the chat. Shout out to Cassius Can. What up, bro? All right, let's talk about what needs to be talked about. Let's dive right into it. Yeah, I know Crypto Pump. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Syscoin Pump.
I wish all the black people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the white people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the Hispanics were as smart as Hotep Jesus. Because that guy, he really gets it. He knows how to boil it down.
All right. I ain't going to hold y'all. We're going to have to play this. If my camera goes out, I'm going to bring it right back. So don't worry about that. But I'm going to have to play this. Y'all know I got to play this. I got to play this. This is crazy. I don't even know what clip this is. But let's listen to it. Hold on. Why is it? Oh.
See, this is the thing, Charles. Like, I think everything that you're saying has some truth to it. It's just the delivery. You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say, we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. Mm-hmm. They weren't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from, and that's on the radio. Girls on girls, that's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. They really, that nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? These niggas are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them, talking about booty hole, y'all.
Yeah, did you see Cam's face? Yeah, you gotta look at Cam's face right here. He is totally taken back. Completely and totally taken back. Look at him. He like, yo, what the fuck? He don't know what to say. Yo, Charleston White says so much shit in this that had Cam just like, let me just not say nothing.
The conditions of black sucking them, talking about booty hole. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrites, black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up in my delivery. Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all pussies to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't trip about my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going to the Supreme Court changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So, nigga, I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention, checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases of teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Nigga, only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about and these kids can't read? Come on, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real. I'm not bashing the black woman in her BBLs. I'm not bashing the black woman because she wearing eyelashes. I'm not fucking with the sister because she got too many baby daddy. I'm addressing men. Just like we abandoned no justice, no peace for George Floyd. Are we still mad about George Floyd? Are we still mad about police shooting? Is that why we not kneeling no more? Are we still boycotting the NFL? What happened to all these things? What happened? Nigga, because I'm still stuck on Tamir Rice while y'all stuck on my delivery. I'm still mad why ain't now motherfucker tore up the country behind Tamir Rice. Baby Tamir Rice at that. Since we so in tune.
Yo, Tamir Rice. Y'all ever seen that video? I don't know where you could find that video. It's definitely not on YouTube. But little black kid, I think Tamir Rice was like, he was a child. He was a child. That's why he called him Baby Tamir Rice, because he was a child. And the cops didn't even wait for the car to stop. He was hopped out and was shooting and just shot that poor boy. And he right. It did not get the fanfare like George Floyd did. And that's because the George Floyd shit is supported by money. The Tamir Rice shit wasn't supported by money. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have it. It had fucking Talcum X. You know what I'm saying? It had Talcum X coming out here snatching up people's monies and shit and taking a fee for being a middleman, raising money off of other people's dead bodies and shit. He was 12, Steph, 12 years old. And he hopped out and shot his ass. You know what I'm saying? But damn, Cam, I don't think Cam got a lot of balls for taking that interview and asking him them questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cam tried to play Big Brother, but then every time it's interviewing Charleston White is like interviewing young Pharaoh. Interviewing Charleston White is like interviewing young Pharaoh, because you don't know what he about to say, and you could go and look up what Charleston White say, and that shit fact check true. And that's the crazy part. And Cam was walking in the landmines through that whole interview. I'm like, damn, bro, you about to lose your Rock Nation brunch pass and everything. Oh, man. Oh, all right, let's go back. It's absolutely insane out here, bro. Absolutely insane. Oh, where we at? Let's go right here. Talk about not giving a fuck. Talk about levels of not giving a fuck. Check this shit out.
It's like extorting Jerry Nadler with salad. Or blackmailing sports fans by threatening to cancel PBS. The fact is, Musk may be the last man standing between real freedom of speech and the suffocating block of the censorship industrial complex, which is made up of government, media, and tech forces. He realizes that advertisers have no spine and can be easily cowed by special interest groups in cahoots with political allies. If you don't believe me, I got 2 words for you. Tucker Carlson. Ooh, wow. Look at that. It's like extorting.
Nah, he needed me there on that episode. Oh, man. And I don't even think Tyrus was there. Tyrus wasn't there neither. It was Cat and the rest of them. Oh, man. He ain't had me or Tyrus there. Oh, God. I wish I was there when he said that. I'm telling you right now, I fell out my seat. It would have been a black man laying on that blue carpet right there. I promise you. I'd have been like, yo, cut to commercial. Cut to commercial. Son, I would have fell out. I promise you. I would have lost it. Yo, Greg said, nigga, try me, nigga. Try me, nigga. I'm Greg Gutfeld. Try me, nigga. Oh, my God. I love to see motherfuckers boss up. He said, damn, HJ about to lose his connect to Fox. Hey, yo.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Listen, bro. I back this 100%. I back this 100%. He said it on Fox News. The balls on him for that. Yo, I'm saying on Fox News. 2 words. Tucker Carlson. Damn. Damn. I wish I was there for that line. I wish I was sitting right where Cat is sitting. I probably would have been with the dude sitting next to Cat. I would have been probably sitting in that seat. And I'm telling you, I'd have been laid across that blue carpet right there. Like, yo, cut the commercial quick. I would have lost it. I would have lost it. Dutch, what up? Don Day, what up? Rob, question mark, Montoya, Goldstein in the house, Kamar. Jay Pylon, Steph, what up, y'all? Tyler Durden, I see you. Wilmar, what up? Jack Reeves, the Hotep, always here, always the first one. What we got in here? Kay, what up? Laura Ann, what up? Got some good news from our media today. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back. It's Monday. So, we just getting some weekend remnants. We're going to open up the phone lines. Text Hotep in your name at 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. And we'll get you in line. Hold on a second. Let's play this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go right here.
What's your name, sir?
Mike Wyatt.
Mike, good to meet you.
They ruined my bureau. When I went in, it was fidelity, bravery, integrity. They've broken my heart. This can't be. This can't go on. And
we will. And I like the way you're pushing, because those are my instincts, right? But I can tell you what we can immediately get done. Well, thank you for your service.
Tired, but Jesus, be careful.
I will. We will. I mean, we're guided by our purpose. I know that it can get ugly. You mean like
yes,
be careful, be
very
careful.
careful.
Yeah. What did you do in the bureau?
I worked. I was a SWAT guy, but I worked counterintelligence and counterterrorism, and I was one of those guys that was convinced they would never do it.
You were, how many years were you in the FBI?
22. I was a cop before that.
Okay, and you're worried?
Yes, I'm worried.
Okay.
He's retired.
What would you do in my shoes?
I'd get some very, very competent help.
Okay.
And some very competent people do some intelligence work for you before you went places.
Okay.
Just walk around, talk to people, and maybe get a feeling.
Okay.
Because that's what I did for a living. I got people to tell me what they didn't want to tell me. And the other thing is, I'm now an entrepreneur. I'm trying to follow in your footsteps, but I don't think my worm farm is going to catch up with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll take that seriously, man. I'm reading between the lines of what you're saying, and we got you.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll take care of ourselves. And
You've seen how aggressive these alphabet organizations have become. They're coming after you.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Seen how
You're saying, and we got you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. We'll
listen to
take
the
care
lady.
of ourselves.
Yeah.
And
you've seen how aggressive these alphabet organizations have become. They're coming after you.
yeah, no doubt about it. But we're ready. We'll be ready.
If you think you're going back into private life, if this doesn't work out, they're coming.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I just need to know, is this video an op? Is this video an op? If you think it's an op, type op in the box. If you think it's an op, type op in the box. He on payroll? All right. There's a couple of things I think is happening here. Here's a couple of scenarios, right? Scenario 1, this guy's a paid actor. Scenario 2, he actually believes in Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know which one's worse.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I don't know which one's worse. You know what I'm saying? Say all 3 are alphabet agents. It's a big op. Yo, a part of me believes he actually And we were just talking about how to spot propaganda, right? We were just talking about this, and that's pretty much all we do on this channel is like spot propaganda. You know what I'm saying? That's why we had to do the partnership, because she was like, yeah, you know, I spot propaganda. I'm like, oh, perfect. Who's the worst? Netflix. All right, you're hired. She gets it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, here we got old boy talking about, hey, watch your back. Now, it's great advice. You know, you always, you know, when you're somebody who's in a spot like that, you definitely want to have, you know, some intelligence network. I would definitely invest in that, especially a guy like Vivek. Well, you have people's campaign funds, right? You're polling like right there. I think he's like a point off of DeSantis. You know what I'm saying? And Nikki's ahead of DeSantis. Yo, DeSantis fell 4 points after that dumbass debate. Remember I told motherfuckers last week that debate, he could only lose? Yo, Ron DeSantis debated Gavin Newsom and lost 4 points, yo. How you fall 4 points after a debate? Nikki Haley in the number 2 spot, national poll. This is insane. So yeah, being that Vivek doesn't have to use his funds to try and compete with these people, because you know how much millions DeSantis probably blew through. He can conserve his and beef up his security. You know, it's a write-off from your campaign anyway. So that's great advice all around the board. But I have a feeling this guy actually believes in Vivek. And I'm just like, this is why, you know, Tarish is able to walk around and shit, because this motherfucker used to be counterintelligence, but he can't see through Vivek. I need to know what's going on.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
I see why he don't work there no more. Let's go back. Shout out to old boy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go right here. Tastes like candy. Robbie Fahey. Yo, they doubled down. I don't even know who this woman is. Karen of the week. Look at her. She looked like a Karen. Tell me she don't look like a Karen. Karen. Let's go back. Here we go. David Horowitz Group. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I don't even know what the David Horowitz Group is, so we're going to change that right now. David Horowitz. Okay. American conservative writer and activist. Founder and president of the right-wing David Horowitz Freedom Center. Okay. Front Page Magazine. Discover the Networks. Tracks individuals and groups on the political left. Okay. Horowitz also founded an organization, Students for Academic Freedom. Wrote several books with author Peter Collier. He worked as a columnist for Salon. I don't know if that's good or not. Outspoken adherent. From 1956 to 1975, Horowitz was an outspoken adherent of the New Left. He later rejected progressive ideas and became a defender of neoconservatism. Oh, how fucking convenient. How fucking convenient. Once a lib, always a lib.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Hey, remember I said this, yo. Once a lib, always a lib. Conservatives are either born or they bred. You either born a conservative, you bred a conservative. Otherwise, you's a bitch ass liberal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that. This is pure facts. You know what I'm saying? And this goes from outside of how people vote, because people don't always vote in their best interest because they stupid. You know what I'm saying? Go their whole life conservative and then vote for a Democrat. It don't make no sense. You know what I mean? But they are conservative people. Once a conservative, always a conservative. Once a lib, always a lib. Although I don't think, no, I think a conservative could definitely become a lib. Anyway, so he had a walk away moment. All right. He's the son of Jewish high school teachers. Okay. All right. Keep telling y'all, intelligence and Jews go together. Intelligence and Jews go together. You know what I'm saying? White man got to step his shit up. All of y'all achievements just come through Jewish people. Got to step your shit up, bro. So let's go back. What did Mr. Horowitz say? Okay. What did Mr. Horowitz say? Okay. Ex-salon writer. So, first of all, let's just tackle this. I thought he already issued a statement. Didn't he already issue a statement? Would they issue a second statement? What is this, a second cancellation? Look right here. This is November 20th. We in December now. On November 20th was when they wrote this. Right? Or at least that's when it was reported on. So this is old news. Karen came back to the timeline and was like, yo, I don't think you heard us the first time. December 3rd. I don't think you... A whole wall of text. What's going on? I'm not reading all of this. Why would I read a big wall of a Karen fit trying to cancel Candace Owens? But there's some spicy parts. Let's dive into it. First of all, she called it a black AOC. Oh, Lord have mercy. Where is it? Hold on. Yo. Here it is right here. Candace has become obsessed with her own fame, stirring up drama to compensate for a lack of real achievement. Oh, my Lord. Damn. Anybody want to tell me the problem here? I'm going to tell you the problem is. She knew that when she started working with her. She knew that when she started working with her. She knew that when she started working with her. You knew she was obsessed with her own fame and stirs up drama for her lack of real achievement. You knew that already. You knew that. Okay? But you didn't care when she was shooting at your enemies. Now, she talking about you. Talking about your peoples. Now you mad. Nah. You hired her. You hired the chick. Ride with her. We don't want to hear your rumblings and your crying. No. Now you want to have your little disavow statement. We are in a civilizational war, and Candace is either on the sidelines or actively supporting the crusade against the West. What? Yo, if you ever want to know what somebody really trying to say, go to the end of their paragraph. Yo, we are in a civilizational war, and Candace is either on the sidelines or actively supporting the crusade against the West. Damn. Candace is engaged in a crusade against the West? Yeah, that's friendly fire. Laura Ann, this is a Karen fit. You see it. It's a straight up Karen fit. We at the Freedom Center remain committed to finding and supporting activists who will do the work rather than chase the clicks, who will stand up for freedom and the sanctity of human life. Goodbye, Candace. And she links to this article, Goodbye, Candace, which is the same old shit we was just talking about. Look. How many times y'all gonna say goodbye, Candace? That's all I want to know. We've had enough.
We've had enough. Look right here, November 20th, 2023. In case you didn't hear it the first time. Goodbye, Candace. How many times do you say goodbye? How many times is you supposed to say goodbye? How many times do you supposed to say goodbye? Really? Huh? How many times do you supposed to say goodbye? Yo, they don't like her comments in regards to the Middle East. Candace should have found something else to cover, you know, or not, you know, or not, you know. Did Candace respond? You know, Candace, when she fired back, boy. Sonny's up here. Says Owens has become obsessed with her own fame, stirring up drama to compensate for a lack of real achievement. Tackles a subject she knows nothing about, never bothers to learn anything about it, then rides the backlash by playing the victim to generate more fame and money. Oh, Lord have mercy, Sonny. Oh, man. Oh. They loved her when she was spewing hateful lies about black Americans. Now they hate her for telling uncomfortable truths about white Jews. Very on brand for these people. Oh, my God.
I wish all the black people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the white people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the Hispanics were as smart as Hotep Jesus. Because that guy, he really gets it. He knows how to boil it down.
Sonny broke that down earlier. Yep. More facts. My special guest today, Dani Katz. DaniKatz.com want to link with you. She got a money opportunity for you. So link up with her, yo. Candace has the real pro-West position. She is down with the crown. This is true.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
This is true. You can't get more West than that. Translations: if Candace wouldn't have criticized Israel and stayed on the black people bad shtick, the David Horowitz group would still be supporting her. Yeah. Let's see what Candy said. Here we go. Candy girl, you are my world. Well, so sweet. Candace ain't tweeted since November 20th. Damn. What the hell's going on? Is this such painfully obvious coordinated attacks make me laugh. Move without fear. The emperor has no clothes. Damn. She said the emperor has no clothes. That's the last thing she said. She ain't respond. She ain't responded to y'all since the 20th. Y'all can't back out. I don't know. Something's going on, y'all. Something's going on. So there's a shift happening. There's a shuffling of cards happening in this world. In the West, there's a shuffling of cards. We got Gutfeld telling Fox News they could hang from his nutsack. We got Candace over here telling these niggas that she emperor. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I just want to know, how many times do you supposed to say goodbye? I just want to know. All right, man, let's get into some big brain shit. Y'all, this is a wild world we live in. This is a wild world we live in. All right, let's go here. Actually, let me see if I can find a tweet. We're going to go to the phone lines, 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name there to get in line. Text Hotep in your name. You will receive a text message when it's your turn to go. I don't see it here. Oh, okay, hold on. Apparently Vivek made a statement. Syscoin pumping. Shout out to Syscoin, by the way. Syscoin pumping. I mean, I kind of figured it would. That's why I had it. I gave y'all some. Shout out to the people that got Syscoin during the giveaway period. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe I haven't gone back far enough. All right, let me type in. See, I'm the first thing that pops up. This is March 14th. This is Vivek before he hit the gym. So I have this report here. Let's pull this up. It says Vivek Ramaswamy rejects CBDC. However, I've not been able to find. So if you guys could help me find that, that'd be, quite helpful. It says Vivek Ramaswamy shared his firm opinions on CBDCs in a recent post. There's no link to that post. He emphasized that CBDCs could pave the way for implementation of social credit scoring. All right, let's try Vivek social credit and see what pops up. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. We found it. All right, let's go.
What's your stance on central bank digital currency?
Dead set against.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, in January 2025, we put the kibosh on the Fed Now program. And while we're at it, we're talking about the Fed 90% headcount reduction at the U.S. Federal Reserve. Peg the dollar to commodities. Gold, silver, nickel, agricultural farm commodities. That's it. Stop playing God. CBDC, we're done with it. Don't copy China. We're different for a reason.
What's your stance on...
Okay. I like that. I like that. That's that he on the button with that. He on the button with that. I wish they would have linked to it. Like that's just I'll have to jack this for my post tomorrow. Interesting to talk about commodity backed currencies. Let's talk about your homeboy. Let's see what's going on with your homeboy, Moulet. Let's see what's up with him. Let's see what he's up to. I didn't get a chance to research this earlier, but let's look at some of the headlines from your boy Javier Milei. It says here, Javier Milei could change Argentina. This is Foreign Affairs. Yahoo News. Israel thanks Argentina's Milei for pledge to move embassy to Jerusalem. Let's click on that. He making moves. Your boy making moves. Thanked him for his support in the Gaza war. Prime Minister thanked the president-elect for his intention to move the embassy to Jerusalem and invited him to visit Israel. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Milei must show he can govern. Hold on. Right here. Jewish Telegraphic Agency, right? Says here, in Argentina, Milei gives top legal role to former justice minister who resigned over neo-Nazi ties. Neo-Nazi ties. Now, I got to be honest with you. That's not as alarming as it sounds. Like saying there's neo-Nazis in Argentina is not like a big thing. Like, yeah, there's Nazis in fucking Argentina. Argentina practices ethnic cleansing. I've been talking about this for years now, okay? So it's not that alarming that, so you might see this story pop up. Somebody might grab this and do some funny shit with it. It really doesn't mean much. But it does tie into some of the implications of how people have accused the Nazi presence of Ukraine, and you tie Ukraine and Argentina together in the news and how they're like dominating news cycles. There's a connection there somewhere. What does it say here? Rudolfo Barra, he resigned as justice minister in the wake of revelations of his past membership into a violent anti-Semitic group. Now the newly elected prime minister has tapped Barras to head the country's top legal office. So that was in 96. In 96, he made those comments, apparently, or it was discovered that he was a neo-Nazi, right? So I guess he was, when he was in high school, apparently he was part of a Nazi group when he was in high school, right? And that's not something to be, ashamed of. You believe in what you believe in. Don't hide, he admitted it. He said, if I was a Nazi, I regret it, But again, that's very much the culture of Argentina, right? It's very white, purist, and Nazi-ist, right? So when I see people like, yeah, Argentina, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. We're about to give another group of Nazis power. Not one, but two now. Not one, but two. And then, the funny thing is, at the same time, they show that both countries have this, close relationship with Israel. So it's like, wait, what? The Nazis have a close relationship with Israel? What the fuck is going on here? Listen, let's go back. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Check this out. They got a new paper just dropped. This is House of Commons. Their Treasury has dropped a paper. Look at the title of the paper. We ain't even got to really dive into it. I'll show you a couple of things, but we haven't got to really dive into it. Digital pound. This is what they say. Still a solution in search of a problem?
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Exactly. This is exactly how you encompass the CBDC. It's a solution in search of a problem. They're just shoehorning it everywhere. Couple of concerns. Financial stability risks, monetary policy, privacy, and obviously financial inclusion is always going to be in these documents. They warn of financial exclusion in these documents somewhere. Let's go back. Hold on. But if you want to break down on some of these topics, go to hotepjesus.locals.com. Go there. I have a depository. Here. I'll show it to you here. And this is where I put all my resources. All my CBDC resources are right here. So when you become a member, you get access to this. And it's updated. I did an update yesterday. There's an update in here yesterday. Added some congressional stuff and some very, very interesting articles. If you don't like to read, you probably won't like this because it doesn't connect to videos. There goes the camera. Hold on. But I'll add videos as they permit, especially my own videos, because it's obviously, I have a whole bunch of videos coming that break this stuff down. Somebody requested it, so I'm going to break it down in like small bites. And I'll link those videos here. But really to get the juice out of this, you got to enjoy reading because it's an archive of the articles. I even thought about dating them too and adding dates to it. I don't know if it'll be, too much, but yeah. So we got the info right here. So you can learn more about this, right? But it basically breaks it down, CBDC. There's two basic types of CBDCs, wholesale, retail, right? Then we get into adoption. How are they going to get people to adopt, right? And it'll link directly to the paragraph that I'm linking to. You see what I'm saying? So instances like that, if the whole article isn't about it, I'll show you, exactly where to look in the article. So yeah, So that's hotepjesus.locals.com if you want to get access to that. Let's go back. So yeah, so UK's House of Commons, you know, their Treasury Committee, they're like, man, get this bullshit out of here. SDRs probably coming soon. Those digital SDRs are probably coming soon. Special drawing rights coming out of the IMF. Right now, you see they got a partnership, IMF, World Bank, Bank of International Settlements. They're going to do tokenized financial instruments. You know, basically, this is, you know, all your bonds, cross-border payments, et cetera, SDR is probably going to be included in this, and they're going to tokenize it. So it's going to be on the blockchain, DLT type shit. What else we got in here? For the first time right here, the Swiss. So you know the Swiss is like, that's where that's like the money. That's where the money like sort of, it's like a neutral zone for money. So they are for the first time issuing a basically a wholesale CBDC in Swiss francs. So you kind of need, especially when you talk about like Swiss banking, all that neutral shit, you're going to need some. So it's very interesting to look at, you know, what are the privacy features on the Swiss bank, you know, the Swiss wholesale bank. I would love to see the data on that. If anybody could find that, drudge that up, and, you know, that'd be wonderful. They might. I always go back to the regulated liability network where everybody has their own node, or they call it partitions in that technology. So I wonder if that's how they're going to do this. I think that's how they would do it. They'd probably have their own separate like node system. Yeah, that's probably what they would do. So the big money's going digital, or at least they're piloting it. They're trying it, but they're doing it. I mean, we can go right back to my resource. I'll show you one of the biggest examples right there. JP Morgan. They got their own coin. They got their own coin, bro. JP Morgan got their own coin, bro. I don't think people realize how big that is. I don't think people understand it. Like, so Vivek was talking about backing the dollar by commodities, right? Somebody might argue that JPM coin is a commodity. Right? You said Bitcoin, right? Why not JPM coin? It's backed by real everyday transactions. It's real hard money, right? It's probably worth more than the United States dollar. Those are real transactions. Those are real transactions from real entities, countries, banks, big banks. I think it took like a month to scale from. Yeah, it took them a month. It was like a month to go from $1 billion to 10 billion. He says he's looking for 5 times to 10 times growth in transactions over the period. And I think mostly because JPM can cut fees, right? Think about your books and settlement times. Like, your team can make faster decisions based upon having real-time transactions. I don't have to wait and see what our book's like after settlement tonight at 6 p.m. or whatever time the book settled on the bank, right? It's like, no. The books are settled. Here's the live capital we got coming. Here's the live capital we got coming in 5 minutes, right? So let's make options. Let's judge our options based upon the capital coming in the next 5 minutes, right? So the trades are happening faster. And, so, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a United States dollar backed by JPM coin, as wild as it sounds. It could just be in the batch. It could be in a batch of commodities. They could sell it to you and say, hey, we're going to have a dollar back. No, they're not going to back the dollar, but, it could be like a USDC type situation. And, they attach it to a batch of commodities. and then they just throw JPM in there, and JPM happens to be 85%. Let's go to the phone lines, 202-596-5631, 202-596-5631. And I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break. If I can find it.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Goldstein, what up, man?
What's happening?
Happy Monday, man. We made it.
We did. Barely.
Man, listen, man. What's up with you?
Just chilling, watching the shit burn.
Watching the world burn, man. Listen.
Yeah. I want to shout out to the lady, Miss Katz there. I was a little bit concerned about the MK Ultra background she had going on, though. She was cool. I ain't never heard of her till today, so I threw her a follow. I do think it's kind of weird, though. I guess, because, listen, like I know, and when you're tapped in to the ether, certain shit kind of filters its way in, and you don't even be knowing, but you got the motivation to do some shit, and then come to find out, like, well, damn, there's some symmetry there. So I had put a post up plugging the show today, and it was a post that had symmetry with Mrs. Katz get down there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I didn't even know she was going to be on. Like I said, I just heard of her today.
Where at?
But I put that, it's on my timeline. Fucking, I was getting ready to drop it on Instagram here in a minute, but the one with the cats, or with the cat and the fucking media distraction.
Oh, yeah, word. That was straight on brand.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I love that video. Hold on, I'm about to pull that up. I love this. This is it right here. Media distractions.
Yeah.
That cat was focused.
I'm guessing he's seen himself in the camera on the phone, but that's how they get, man. I got 15 of them, so I know.
What, when they see their reflection, that's how they get?
If they see a different cat that they don't know,
yeah,
they lock in, bro. They lock in, and they will fuck that thing up if allowed to do so.
Oh, they're territorial.
Yeah, very territorial.
So how do you have more than one in the house at a time? Is there a hierarchy?
They were raised together. Yeah, well, they were raised together.
Okay.
There's no threat to their fucking resources. They know they got the food, they got the water, so there's no, so when we introduce new ones, they fight from time to time, but it's not like you would see in the streets, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Streets ain't going out for blood.
Yeah. But hey, Vivi. Nigga, that shit getting his motherfucking directions from Bollywood now or what? That was a straight production.
That was a production, right?
That was a production like a motherfucker. Not everybody in that goddamn room was an actor as far as I'm concerned. From his ass all the way to that motherfucking OxyClean looking motherfucker with the flannel that was in the background. Everybody in that motherfucker is a goddamn actor.
It looked like a good production to me, man.
Hell yeah, sound quality is Dolby Hi-Fi and some more shit. The fuck?
Yeah. I saw it this weekend. They said it was trending. It said Vivek FBI or something like that. I'm like, what? So I went to go watch the video. I'm like, wow, come on, bro. This is what y'all making a hoopla about?
Yep. It's crazy. And what's crazy here is the fact that more people will fall for that shit nowadays than would have fell for that shit 20 years ago.
Big facts.
It's weird. It's weird to me. I think it has personally something, if I'm going to put the tinfoil on, it personally has something to do with 4 and 5G. I think like 100 years from now, science is going to look back on this era of motherfuckers who was fucking with the 4 and 5G, and they're going to be like, this had serious motherfucking implications on how people processed information and what they thought was true and not. Kind of like how we look back on the Roman plumbing system and find out that the lead in the pipes is what drove everybody plumb ass crazy. It's going to be the same shit with this.
Yeah, that's.
Because I just find it hard to believe that even our own contemporaries, people who grew up in our era, just fall for the dumbest, most easily sussed out shit you can imagine. It has to be more than just emotional attachment to something or just the propaganda. Propaganda is shit nowadays. Propaganda was far better 20, 25 years ago.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what's going on.
So the 5G is scrambling niggas' minds?
Man, that shit's got to be some type of fucking tapped-in sorcery from another ether realm some goddamn where, bro. They just bring them waves here. It interacts with the human brain. It just allows people to accept the dumbest shit you could imagine. Days.
I be wondering what's going on. I be like, yo, like, y'all don't see the shit I be seeing?
Right. It's like you living in the, man, I don't know, bro. I guess NPC could sum it up, right?
Yeah.
Just everybody around your ass just became an NPC overnight, like one day. Maybe it has something to do with 2012. Maybe the world did end. And each one of us is in our own personal simulation. I don't know. But something's weird. Shit ain't right. Yeah. Now, Candace Owens, bro.
Okay.
I was on motherfucking Sonny's space earlier, right?
Okay.
Sonny was giving her the business, you know what I mean? I just see it very different than what's on the surface. Because to me, it looks like Candace is not being phased out of anything. It looks like Candace got new marching orders.
Facts.
And this is why they lump her in with people like Andrew Tate and the rest of these motherfucking feds and all these other fucking agents, right? This is why they're lumping her in with these motherfuckers now, because they want everybody to assume that everyone under that particular umbrella is all a part of the same get down.
Right.
And so from the outside looking in, I guess you could say, well, she's being canceled. I think she's being promoted.
Yeah.
She's got new marching orders. Her, Andrew Tate's part of that. Tucker Carlson's part of that. And of course, I call it Conservative Inc.'s X division.
Yeah.
But it just seems to me that they're ramping it up, right? They're ramping it up a notch.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so I'm not going to fall for the Candace Owens is being canceled spiel. I'm none of that. None of that.
No.
This is going to be next level.
It's time to reshuffle.
Yeah.
Cards are getting shuffled.
That's right.
And there's a new role for Candace.
Oh. All these motherfuckers who ushered in everybody into this pop culture version of politics that kind of kicked off when Trump ran, right? All the people who ushered in the different avenues of society. For Candace Owens, it was black folks. You know what I mean? For other motherfuckers, it was different people. Like, but they were like the tether that brought other motherfuckers in to the conservative movement about 6-7 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those same people who were at the forefront of that movement are now at the forefront of a different movement. It's almost like clockwork. You could see it from her to the MAGA rapper and on down the line. They've all turned their message in the same direction. And it was all damn near at the same time, right at the beginning of this year into last year. I've watched this shit transpire over the course of the year that I've been on Twitter. The only reason I got on Twitter was to watch it, so I could be at ground zero, because that's the fuck. Little did I know at that time that Elon Musk would be buying this shit, but that's just another one of them motherfuckers under that umbrella. This new version of the right wing that's starting to fucking manifest.
Yep.
This shit is by design. If motherfuckers can't see that by now, I don't know what to fucking say. Now, a lot of people can say that the jury's out on whether or not this is a good move. I don't think it is, because I don't think any concerted effort to move the hearts and minds of people through deception like this is ever a good move.
Right.
But make no mistake about it, that's what's happening.
Yeah. I see the shift happening with the move to the right, and I see the pieces getting put in place.
And all they need now is their figurehead to come back into power.
And that's it?
That's it. The resurrection of the beast.
As long as they got a resurrection of my bank account.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You said it best yourself earlier in this very stream.
What?
Once a liberal, always a motherfucking liberal. And that's exactly what the fuck that man was for the better part of his entire goddamn life.
Right. And all of a sudden he had an epiphany.
All of a sudden. You utilize the Republican Party in the same fashion that motherfuckers like Ben Shapiro are currently utilizing the Republican Party as a stepping stone to institute your own bullshit. And so, listen, people often say that the Republican Party ain't worth a damn no more, right? That the whole system, the two-party system, is shot the fuck out. It's a uniparty, yada, yada, yada. You hear the whole spiel, right?
Right.
Now, Trump's motherfucking campaign was solely built on the premise of draining the swamp.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to come in here. I'm going to change everything.
Yeah.
So then you got to ask yourself, like, okay, if the Republican Party is shot the fuck out, the Democrats are shot the fuck out, and it's one uniparty, I could see the first time around running as a Republican. I could see that, because you need to get your foot in the door. And he did that. But the second time around, you insist on continually propping up this fucking zombie of a party by running under its banner. By you doing that, you give this dead corpse of a fucking party legitimacy for at least the next 50 years.
He has to, though.
No, he doesn't. Not this time around. I don't think so. I think this time around he could easily run as independent, but he don't.
Nah, I don't think he could. I don't think he could. Because, I mean, structurally, the way the system's set up, he can't. He has to go blue or red because of the electoral college and all the infrastructure as far as getting people registered to vote and all of that shit. Like, you got to remember, there's a lot of people in these back towns that gonna see, the card and be confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, who's running as a Republican? Trump's not a Republican. Wait, what is this? Hold on. And get, You know what I'm saying? It could get real funky. It could backfire. But he doesn't have the infrastructure to pull his own party.
If he would have done it the right way, I think he's probably the only motherfucker at this juncture that could have pulled it off. Right after he so-called lost that election, if he would have took his motherfucking brand on the road from that point forward, that would have given everybody a good 4-year head start to re-register something new. Everybody that's voting for him now would have voted for him if he would have said, I'm running under the beef broth party.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't have changed the damn thing.
Right.
There would have needed to be time to reassess things and restructure shit. But that's what I'm saying. If you's about that life, you'd have done that right after you lost, because it was Republicans and Democrats that, according to you, stabbed you in the back.
Right.
But you running under their banner for a 4-year term gives that same banner legitimacy for at least, like I said, the next 50 years. And if your goal was to undermine that, then why the fuck are you doing this?
To
you
be
should
president.
have been on some other shit.
He got to be president. He needs the Republicans to be president. He needs them.
That right there goes to show you that he's in it for himself. Because even if he didn't succeed at being president, you could have succeeded in fucking establishing a third brand.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
that would have been a party that Vivic could have ran under them.
That's more of like a long-term play. Yeah.
So I mean,
it's definitely about. Well, I mean, it's definitely about himself. It's definitely we know that. You know, we know it's about himself. You know.
That's why I don't understand why so many people are putting stock in this motherfucker to change the world. Okay, you might be able to change your bank account.
Yeah,
but you got so many motherfuckers out there that's willing to live and die on this motherfucker changing the whole world. It's like,
no. They doing too much. Or they's trying to sell other motherfuckers a dream. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I'm on the Alex Jones train. I've been on that train since before Alex Jones. I think this nigga's supernatural.
Who's supernatural?
You know? Trump.
You think he's supernatural? Like he came from a different time period?
He's supernatural. I think he's from the seed of them people, bro. I think he's from the seed of Satan. Right? I think this nigga is that dude.
Trump the time traveler?
Time traveler. That nigga's the Antichrist, man. This Alex Jones was even like giving concession to this a little bit. He's like, yo, this dude fits the fucking profile. You damn right he does. From top to bottom, this motherfucker fits the profile. So either he's the forerunner or he's that nigga. But either way it goes, woo-wee.
I know these motherfuckers better get out here and vote for that nigga.
You ain't got to worry, he's a shoe-in.
He definitely win the next election.
Yeah, he's a shoe-in. What happens after that? God help us all. But he's definitely getting in there.
Ain't that
That's all I got, man.
All right, yo. I'll see you next time.
Later.
Hotep and Bill. Oh, Strong Dad calling. Yeah, I had yeah, his kufi on tight. Strong Dad kufi on tight, Tari. Shout out to my rumblers over on the Rumble. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? What's going on over here on YouTube? I see Trump chains in the chat. Descending to Loki with the 10 gifted memberships. Oh man. Shout out to the Grift Report, sponsored by the Descendant of Loki.
Call from
Strong Dad.
Strong Dad, what up, man?
Hey,
how y'all doing? Happy Monday.
Thank you for calling into the Descendant of Loki channel.
Descendant of Loki channel.
What's good with him, yo?
Yeah. Hey. So first of all,
I had a question actually for you.
All right.
Deal with Hotep cynicism. I'm not sure if that's the right word choice I'm using.
What? Hotep what?
Where I'm at the point where I'm not interested to know what's happening, because every time I look into what's happening, it doesn't surprise me, and it more irritates me when people are surprised. And it's made me feel less and less motivated to join in on public commentary, about certain topics that I feel like people should already understand. To me, it's like if people have been quoting 1984 forever, how are you surprised by any type of demagoguery or anything that changes, right? Things like that. Even this situation with Candace, I knew these niggas was frauds to me from day one, from the minute I first saw them. These niggas are frauds. and here's the thing to me is that when we're talking about the true, like the people who could really manipulate the world and the social change and all of that, these aren't even those people. These people, they speak to the lowest brain, out there. They don't speak to people. But they're not speaking to high science. They're not speaking to people who are trying to elevate or who are elevating, right? They're not speaking to these people. So it's almost like they exist to distract people, like to get people like us to talk about them, even though we're not the demographic for the manipulation. And I feel like I don't know, man. To me, it makes me feel like pessimistic. Like it nothing feels, like it has the energy.
You feeling black pill?
I'm just sitting. I'm waiting for something to move me, to make me think, holy shit, this is like, that's for real. It's starting to make, like, man, I don't even know how to explain it. That's why I'm asking, like, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that feeling right there yourself, if you've ever experienced that?
The feeling of the black pill?
Is that what the black pill is?
Yeah, where it's just like, nah, like we screwed. It's fucked. The world's going to shit.
Man, I'm like, I know one thing. I can help myself and my family, right? I can help people directly in my circle. Those who I work with. I can help people in Hotep Nation. If I can reach you, I can help you. Everything else, if you're too slow to catch on to this shit, but you've been, acting or being some sort of way, you call yourself a patriot, but you get manipulated every time you see a fucking, every time you see a Matt Walsh tweet, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't have nothing for you no more. I don't have anything. How can I tell you that your people are stupid? I was making YouTube videos, trash talking these idiots. When fucking Brexit first appeared, I was like, oh, these niggas are frauds. If y'all didn't get it by then, you should have. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
So, the black pill is my motivation. The black pill is my motivation. Knowing that the world is fucking coming to an end is about me, like, saying, all right, check it. We're going to need a couple of satellites and a spaceship. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hotepistan is not a dream, it's a necessity.
Oh, this a real Hotep, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not a dream, it's a necessity. Like, if we don't have our own autonomous zone, you're subject to somebody else's rules and their defunct ways of living life.
Yeah.
So it's about
That's what I'm saying.
coming into this world every day, waking up, putting my best foot forward, getting the work done, and then, reaping the rewards from it, and then using those rewards to share with other people. And then keep that cycle going.
That's all it is.
All we could do is build within the community. All we could do is build within the community. We can't help these other motherfuckers. We can't help the Democrats. We can't help the Republicans. We can't help liberals, progressives, conservatives, socialists, capitalists, Bitcoiners. We can't help none of them. Only thing we can help is our community, man.
You know, and it's not that I'm like upset either, because I feel like you can be bored with the progress of the world and what's supposed to shock people and still be excited for each day. You know, I wake up every day. Every day I'm having a good day, even on my worst day. Mm-hmm. And that's the trait that I got from being incarcerated. Mm. And even at my happiest, you know, I see the way people react to things that should not incite a reaction from them. You know, it makes me long for, you know, when I was man, I don't want to be a teenager again, but during that time, that was when the world just seemed so much freer and so much easier. Mm-hmm. It just, I don't know, man. I'm so glad that we have Hotep Nation, you know, and I'm so, without this, there really is nothing. You're not going anywhere. You know, I mean, you might have you could exist in your basement spitting truth to, 8 viewers. Otherwise, without Hotep Nation, there's nothing. You're in a void. You're in a void of knowing all of this is bullshit, and in the end, they're going to make us all slaves.
All across the planet, there are communities and groups. Well, not quite like Hotep Nation, but almost like Hotep Nation. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta find those communities, man, and be a part of those. You know, that's what it comes down to. Speaking of, I got some good news for you.
Yeah. I wanted to. That was the second thing I wanted to ask about this.
Spoke to Tonight this weekend.
What did you learn? Okay.
He told me there were certain, I think he said isotopes or some shit. I didn't really give a fuck. I just needed his consent. Pause. And so, there can be some more learnings going on down the line, but he said there are certain things we can get from meat. So Hotepistan at this juncture is going to be a meat paradise. But pause.
Deadlifts and back squats, fellas, let's go.
However, it has to be the finest of meats. Pause.
That's fair.
It has to be the finest.
Like that Wagyu beef style, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like
better
fresh.
than that. China got a cow. I need one of them Chinese cows. Y'all know about the Chinese cows?
Yeah, that's the Wagyu beef. That's the Wagyu beef. That's where the Wagyu beef comes from.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure that's some sort of Asian cow or something like that.
That's the Japanese. Yeah, that's the Japanese. Yeah, that's the Japanese cow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, man, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Listen, all I need is 200 grams of protein a day, you know. So that's all. Just simple. Now, can we breed the finest chickens?
Chicken? I don't know. I'm about to talk to Sanaa.
No, not for chicken, but for eggs.
Oh, for eggs? Shit, if niggas is eating meat, then we definitely gonna be eating eggs.
I'm saying, because I eat 7 to 10 eggs a day. I need that.
Yo, when I was doing my gains, I was heavy on the eggs. My diet was a quarter milk in the morning with about 5 eggs scrambled with cheese. That was daily, and then a heavy steak diet later on in the day. I beefed up quick. Took me about. I follow Arnold's plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Arnold had a plan. Hold on, I'm gonna bring that up. Show y'all the book I'm talking about.
That book circulated in prison. I think that was one of the first. Actually, that was one of the first listen books I've read was an Arnold book. Yeah. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because like you go to some of those yards where they used to have a lot of free weights and they still got free weights, and there's always, just a section where dudes have ordered books on fitness. And Arnold is like the first book that because you get locked up, you don't have nobody written down. All you remember is Arnold, so that's what it becomes. Everybody's doing Arnold workouts in there. Except for CrossFit, when CrossFit cracked off, man, I was in 4 Mile Correctional doing power cleans with weight you can't even slam to the ground. I was wrecking my back, man. Pause.
I found it.
Had a good time.
I found it. Here it go right here. Hold on a second. Here it go right here. It's called Super Squats. How to Gain 30 Pounds of Muscle in 6 Weeks by Randall J. Strawson. Nah, this is the one. I thought, why did I think Arnold was in this shit? I thought it was Arnold. Nah, it's this one right here. This is a really old book.
Now, you said how much in how many weeks?
30 pounds in 6 weeks.
Okay, now people were now we know we're not actually gaining 30 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks.
How to gain 30 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks.
Okay, so that's not a true thing. It's not. You will not gain 30 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks. At your, if you're a complete natural with top tier genetics, in 6 weeks, maybe you can put on 8 pounds, 10 pounds. If you are dialed in, but
yeah, I think there's some marketing tricks in that statement, right?
Yeah.
Because I definitely gained the 30 pounds, but I doubt it was all muscle.
Yeah, no, I mean, in
1989. This was published in 1989.
Yeah. Like, you can put on, a lot of body mass, and it looks very, like you got a lot of muscle. Like, let's say you got no legs, right? And you put on 5 pounds on just your legs. Yeah. Even if you put on 20 pounds of fat, your legs are going to look gigantic. You're going to look at your legs and be like, holy shit. If they're going to look defined, even though, you have a lot of body fat to lose. It's, distribution, a lot of those factors come into play. So, some people, they bulk up and they have great fat distribution. So they don't look as, as high body fat percentage as they actually are, even though, maybe they only put on, 5 pounds of muscle. They could look like they put on 15 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, I remember I was at the gym. I mean, the courts. We was playing ball, and it was a dude who just got out of prison. We was playing basketball, and he couldn't hold me in the paint. Pause. Because he hadn't worked out his legs, and I'm a leg dominant individual because I played soccer and I did this super squats program. So like my lower body is like really sturdy. So, your base is everything. But, this shit talks about doing, 3 sets of squat a week. You know what I'm saying? And I tried the program out. I really loved it. And it worked. It fucking worked.
No, it does work. Just because you don't put on 30 pounds of muscle doesn't mean it doesn't work, especially if you've never ran like a training program before. You can find incredible gains with almost any training program if you're untrained in that way.
Yeah.
If someone in the chat said if you take creatine, you can bulk up, but it's water weight. Yes, that's like the old myth is that you take creatine, it's just water weight, it's not muscle. In order for your muscles to grow, they need to be hydrated, and the creatine bringing the water into your muscles is what helps with more. It helps protein synthesis more. So there's a whole lot of add-ons to the water weight thing. It's not like you get fat water. Like some dudes wouldn't take it because they're afraid they get the bloated look. It goes to your muscles. It replenishes your glycogen stores just the same way that carbs does. It makes your muscles look big and full. That's creatine it is very safe for you, and everyone should take it for their brain.
All right, take your word for it. I ain't gonna take it, but I'll take your word for it. All right, man. Talk to you soon, bro.
Man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tanai. Thank you. Steak dinners for Tanai. Steak dinners for Tanai.
I say that.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Oh, now y'all niggas gonna be eating steak salads. Y'all eat meat, but y'all gonna have steak salad, nigga. Shit. We got a whole white woman waiting. Let's see what she talking about. Wholesome white woman on the check-in. She about to call in. Let's talk to her. But nah, real talk. This book worked, man. This book worked. Trying to remember what was all in here. I just remember the diet section. It was just like, it was basically like massive amounts of protein. I was drinking about a gallon of milk a day, so I know my systems were clogged up like a motherfucker, and that's most of that weight was. But I was huge.
Call from
Hotep, J Pylon.
I let Jay Pylon cut. Jay Pylon, what up, bro?
What is good, Hotep Jesus?
What's good with it, bro?
Hey, I saw your man Doug Burgum. He suspended his presidential run. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we had to pour out some liquor for his presidential campaign.
I'm looking for Doug.
Yeah.
Salute to Doug. I was gonna say the America was ready to buy into the brands, but not the people. You know, Trump is a brand. Doug is not. You can't market. It's hard to market Doug.
Yeah, it's hard to market him.
You know, marketing is key for the masses. But I want to say on the DeSantis versus Newsom, they're trying to show us incompetency with DeSantis, right, ahead of that 2028. Because when I was looking at it, I was saying, and me and Cannon did this, we covered it earlier too, a couple different times. I've been saying that they look like they're trying to run Gavin Newsom for 2028. They just had Newsom meeting with, the Chinese president. And Newsom keeps on talking about how he wants to introduce this 28th Amendment when he runs in 28. That would practically ban all arms nationwide. And when they did that little debate the other day, they did that red versus blue. They had DeSantis with the red tie on, the red background. Newsom had a blue tie and the blue background. They did that red versus blue symbolism. I caught that. And so I don't know who they're going to have running with Newsom, but I've been saying this for a minute with Cannon too on the little show we did the other day. It was a couple of days ago actually, but we were talking about that. I said they're going to have like Hakeem. They're going to have somebody up there with Newsom, and I think he was saying Dell or whatever that character is from Baltimore was going to run with him. Now Vivek, that was crazy though. The whole op video, right? Talking with the alphabet man who mentions that number 22 off the bat. It's the 22nd year since they did that day in September. They had that. They just been talking real crazy over there on Fox when they said that the alphabet guy stabbed Derek Chauvin 22 times. So they're letting us know something in predictive programming that runs around this 22 number. Because they've been real forceful with it, right? Media has been real forceful with 22 constantly. So I caught that. But shout out to Goldstein and his cat ranch. And salute to Loki. He's been giving out all these memberships.
He got an animal rescue.
Yeah, animal rescue. Yeah, I appreciate you, Goldstein. That's real helpful. Especially my mom does something similar with the homeless community. She's been helping out too. They've been cooking meals and stuff like that. It's real important around right now when it's so cold outside. And I appreciate you too for getting us all that CBDC information daily.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's it. That's all I got.
I appreciate you. Thanks for the call,
all right,
bro.
Dude. All right, stay later.
Jay Pylon, he gonna be watching them numbers. My bad. Yeah. Hold on. My bad. Jay Pylon cut the line. But he's home team, so we gotta answer the phone for him. You know what I'm saying? Cassius Cam, he said it's about accepting the black pill and learning how to thrive in those circumstances. That's exactly it. Thank you for the super chat, Cassius Cam. That's exactly it. Man. Some people don't want to accept the black pill, and that's why I say, like, the red pill is supposed to lead you to the black pill. After you take the black pill, you take the Hotep pill.
Call from.
After you take the black pill, you take the Hotep pill. You know what I'm saying? Yo.
Oh, hello.
Hoes and white woman, what up?
Yeah, after you take the black pill, you got to take the Hotep pill. That's the only way to go forward.
Right.
On the thread that we've kind of all been on, where by the way, your interview with Royce, I'm about halfway through it. Okay. And there are zero questions as to why they pulled it off of the tubs.
How's the interview?
It was really good. Like I said, I'm only a little bit into it, but so far I'm very impressed with it. I think it's good. The message needs to be out there. In that first 10 minutes, where you're explaining that, like, I'm just a black man who was raised by both my parents. Like, that's all that our babies need for us as a whole to be successful is both of their sets of genes to be involved in their rearing. It's that simple. Because if we're both there, mom and dad are both there, then ain't nobody else have a chance to get to our babies like that.
Facts.
No, nobody else has a chance to muddy the water and poison their little brains.
Gotta get on.
Yeah. The Goldstein mentioned the brainwashing and mind control. It is so real. And we are collectively like just squinchy, teensy bits away from all of us agreeing that we've all been brainwashed, all of us.
Absolutely.
To some extent, all of us have, right? And to a different extent, most of us, everybody in Hotep Nation basically has said, no, not for me. I would like to unplug from this bullshit, fake and gay world that y'all are creating, and I will do my own thing.
Right.
But globally, we are this close. We're so close for everybody agreeing that it's all nonsense. We're all being lied to and manipulated. And Strong Dad said that he was getting a little frustrated with the people when they're like saying something and you, individual, is like, y'all should have been that. Y'all should have. We told you about this years ago. Somebody definitely said something about it, We can't be frustrated with them.
We have self-serving harlot.
we have to say, I'm glad you're here now, right? Like, thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you. You're a little late, so you got a lot of catching up to do.
Right.
But we can't
have a seat
as much as
as much as
we want to as much as we want to like shake them and knock the sense into them. Like we just can't, because that doesn't make us any better than the bad guys out here propagandas and all of us.
Right.
We have to, as crappy as it is, we have to wait and let them figure it out themselves. They have to see that they're actually the elephant just held by a piece of baling twine. Like, they have to, for themselves, see it in their thing. All we can do is continue to live our lives and be the examples for what it looks like if you unplug and remove yourself from the system.
It's just that simple.
Yeah. As usual, I'm just here to cheerlead and tell y'all not to give up hope. We're almost there. I promise we can do this. We just got to keep going. I know we say that a lot, but like, they have hundreds of years up on us. Right? Like the colloquial big people, bad guys. They have hundreds of years of putting institutions and mindsets and systems in place to make sure that they get to sit at the tippy top right now. So it's going to take us at least half as long to undo some of it. So,
if it gets undone, but in the meantime, we'll be building. We won't be concerned.
Yeah, we got our own stuff to worry about.
What was you about to say?
Oh, I was going to say we just need to dig in deep and like get to that point of endure to persevere. The stuff that our parents put in us, or the shit that the world put in us, whatever that is that we all have. We gotta suit up. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Absolutely. Hey, appreciate the call.
Yes, sir. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.
All right, Hotep and Bill. She got her head on straight. Wholesome white woman got her head on straight. Who is this? The fuck? Yeah, call in. Brendan, call in. Let's talk to Brendan. Let's get Brendan on the line. There are real Agent Smiths? Absolutely. And Agent Smith could be anywhere, anytime. Anybody can turn into an agent. Anybody want to flip. Goldstein said pork roast creatine. Now, see, I don't know if pork going to make it in. Sanaa going to have to approve the pork. It's going to have to be something special in that pork. Retro Neon said, look up Mike Mensa. He had crazy genetics. Thank you, Retro Neon. Also, look up the Colorado experiment. Salute.
Call from
Brendan.
Brendan, what up, man?
Oh, not much. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
I was just calling to kind of bring something to attention that is happening down in South America that not a lot of people seem to be reporting on.
Okay.
We're about to have a war between the oil companies Chevron and Shell.
Okay.
I say that a little tongue-in-cheek. Venezuela just voted to annex Guyana.
Guyana.
Guyana, yeah. And well, it was like a couple months ago, Biden did a deal with Venezuela to get Chevron to drill some oil in Venezuela for us. But Shell has a contract with Guyana that they're about to drill in the same spot. And Venezuela just voted to annex them. So we're about to see a new front open up, and I'm not sure which way America will go on this one.
Yeah.
Because Guyana's English-speaking country.
Jabari posted that in the chat last week, and we was talking about it, and you just added some more context to the story. Yeah, that's an interesting story happening in South America right now. Nobody's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like war is popping up all over the globe. I mean, yeah, you know, Zimbabwe's been having issues, and several other African nations have been having issues and coups and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a hot year, man. It's a hot year this year. Get low.
Yeah. Gotta get low.
Gotta get low.
Cool.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, bro. Thank you for the insight.
Cool. Hotep and build.
Hotep and build. Oh, here we go. All right, let's get Jonah in here. Jonah, go ahead. Call in, man. Call in, man. I got to go see my attorney, so I got to cut hard at 4. I got to sign some documents. We got to make the men of order shit official. I got to make some legal document moves. Make that thing official. So yeah, I got a hard stop. Jonah, call in. Strong Dad said Mike Mintz used PEDs for his experiment. The fact he didn't admit it. Liver King. What up, AP? Hotep. Ashanti and what's her name having a baby? Nelly. Krishan having. You always tell what the people talking about. Like Krishan's the number 6 trending topic on here. Black people got a lot of pull on Twitter.
Call from
Jonah.
Jonah, what up, man?
Remember the Maine. Remember the Lusitania.
Yes.
The Maine was the one when they just parked it down at that was what started the Spanish-American War in Cuba, where they just parked it, and then the ship blew up after like 5 days. Didn't sit there doing nothing. And then you had Pearl Harbor too. You know, a bunch of ships just sitting there doing nothing because there's a war warning and your government does nothing to protect them, right? So again, too. And then you go to Gulf Tonkin. So again, if you want to believe that story, that was just a false flag outright, according to the Senate or whatever. But you want to believe all these stories, right? Every time there's a war, it's the ships just being where they don't belong. So maybe the ships shouldn't be out in the fucking sea.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But anyways, COP28, man. Have you seen any today's in the shit too?
Nah, what happened?
Oh man, it's all international banks and whatnot. If you just do COP28, like whatever in the search, but
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's this week. Damn, you're right. Yeah, that's this week.
Man, they're coming all kinds of, like, I sent you a couple things in DM, like this one here, which is kind of funny because it's on the website there. It's cash transfers in the context of carbon pricing. Reforms in Latin America and Caribbean.
Yeah.
What the fuck that have to do with COP28, right? You know what I mean? But
they already got the carbon credits. You know, they attached the carbon credits to the CBDC. So that's like it's a very real thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then that paper's from IADB, which I didn't even realize it was about. But they got man, that place got so much information. IADB or IDB. That's the International Americas Development Bank. So there's a lot of money. So basically, today's is that a lot of money coming from the multinational development banks into climate and whatnot. So again, too. Now, first off, anyone who believes that Prince Charles, whose family is responsible for more death and more damage to this planet, and gives a fuck about this planet,
Lord Jesus,
they needed their head searched.
Oh man.
The House of Winter exists to enslave and kill us and destroy this planet. And I live in one of their countries. So anyone who doubts me, but anyways. The one I was going to say, though, too, that I found, because I was looking at the schedule here when you're starting. Milei's on tomorrow, or not Milei, but Argentina specifically, one of the presentations tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah. And then Milei also broke down, and I don't know if you've seen this, the trade between EU and Mercosur, or whatever, Mercosur, or whatever they fucking call that shit. The trade group from the South America, it's MERCOUS or OSUR or whatever, I don't know how to say it. But that trade, that contract that was about to be signed, I guess, is put on hold until his government can review it. It's a trade agreement between EU and Mercosur. So, man, I think right away I've been saying the same as you. I think he's one of their puppets. He's going to get him something more new favorable in that contract, And then the people are just going to accept it because he's one of the good guys. He's one of the right, So he must know what he's doing or whatever. Well, fuck, he does.
Right.
He's just one of their plans, But no. Yeah, the COP28 stuff, there's so much going on there. Like the one thing I sent you this morning where they're outright calling the carbon taxes a scheme, and then,
Yeah. Well, that's a thing already, so.
Well, they know it's a scheme, though. It's the funny part when I read it. When that's the thing that I said, it's like, okay, when you're calling it a scheme, you're telling us outright that you don't give a fuck or whatever, you're robbing us anyways, right? But everyone else won't read the 4 words the same way.
Yeah, so we got to see what they talk about. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. I got to go see my attorney, man.
Yeah, and I sent you a bunch of stuff on the Swift there, too, in the chat, or the text, so their PDFs or whatever.
Okay.
Tell me what else you need.
All
with them.
All right, say less.
All right.
Jonah on the check-in. Hey, I'm going to catch y'all tonight. Hotep's Been Told You 2.0. Patreon.com/Hotep's Been Told You. Make sure y'all sign up for that extra dose of Hotep's Been Told You. We be back. You know what I'm saying? Hotep been built.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. That's not how I'm supposed to do this. How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.